Howdy folks, today's soap is brought to us from Herc soaps. This one here is named Morning Bliss, and you kind of see there that the scent is coffee, mint, and vanilla. I'll put a link down below if you want to check some of their soaps out. That's what it looks like there on the inside, and it's firm but fairly easy to scoop out. Put in a bowl, lather it up, not a problem. My nose, it picks up, of course, the coffee and the mint right off the bat. And I think the vanilla, the last time I remember using this was coming in after the, guess you might say lathering up. Guess you might say like a third type note, at least per my nose. And I'm going to be following the shave up with Wet the Face, the Perfect Cup, coffee scent in other words, yep. And I've got it whipped up over here in a bowl. I got from Vanulay quite a while back. It's like a honeycomb type of texture inside. Got it whipped up here. If I can get it turned around here. This is a brush that was made for the Red Dirt Shaving Society from Leo. It is a very nice looking brush. Had a tuxedo knot in it, or has one. And yes, it is. It's not dripping now, it's firmed up just a bit, but it's fairly moist. Nice and wet. And got the usual suspects over here. Got the Crown King alum block complete with rubber band this morning. And still sporting the Humphreys witch hazel that's got menthol and peppermint in it. And let's see here, the shaver of the day. This will be the second shave with the Focus. Here we go. TriTok Concave R52. But today's blade is got the feather blade in there. I'm going to see how the feather rates in this particular shaver. If it's going to be any more efficient, smoother, a little bit more aggressive shave maybe. And yes, like it says here, it's made in Italy and it's aluminum. I've got it down below in the notes, I guess you might say. It weighs about 1.4 ounces, about somewhere in there. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and we'll be using the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Ice Cube, and it started out being 8 ounces. So yeah, it's just that big. And the shaver, as yesterday went on, I was checking my face to see what kind of growth I had throughout the day. And it did really, in other words, at 9 o'clock last night, whiskers were showing up, but you couldn't see them, but I could feel them. So as it goes for being an efficient shaver, it definitely rates right up there, being pretty darn efficient. My face was pretty smooth yesterday. I think I said it a few times, and my face was pretty darn smooth. I mean, not only because of the whisker reduction, but just the soap itself also. Don't know what the weather's like where you guys are at, but around here it's still going to be up around 90. Doesn't look like it's going to have any rain anytime soon so far. I guess it doesn't hurt to have a break every once in a while from the rain. But around here sometimes the break can be months long. It does kind of go from one end to the other on the extreme, where you get way too much at one time and not enough at other times. Boy, this menthol really does wonders for my nose. I was looking out there, and there's a few folks that's put out videos with the R52. If everything goes well, I have expectations of working up a couple of videos with the slant version, the R53. But Sunday I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the, I guess you might say, the series I've been working with on the Merkur razors. This is a really nice looking brush. I've had this for, I don't know what, 2 years maybe. See, last week when it comes to the Mercury razors, it was, what was that, the R41? No, it was 41C. Get my R's and all these model numbers mixed up. It's a 41, so, and that was the open comb version. So this coming Sunday will be the closed version, closed comb, safety bar, in other words, version. I think that's the 42C. I think that's just about all the 40 series that I've got in the way of Mercury. Then we start on the 30s, what I've got. You can kind of tell this lathers up just like yesterday. Some of these soaps are just fantastic when it comes to whipping up nice, wet, moist lathers that just really rinse off the shaver really well. I mentioned this before, maybe I should do this again in case this is the first video you see of this. You kind of see how this is beveled, and that's the angle. So if you look at that angle and how that's beveled, that's pretty close right there to the angle. And it's a little different than what I'm used to in a way of DE shaving. So, like I say, just a little bit of a learning curve. It'll take a moment or two to make that adjustment. I'll put a link down below to find this at Superior Shave. And it wouldn't hurt to read his thoughts on this shaver. All three shavers as far as that goes. It's a, even with a feather blade in here, the blade feel is just like it was yesterday with the Persona X Series blade. And if anything, it seems like this is a little smoother. Feather blades aren't known for their smoothness. At least not, not here, it's not. They're a little bit, they're sharp. Usually it's about like if you don't cork it, you're looking at the second or third shave before it starts to smooth out. This does feel smoother than what was yesterday. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. That does, wow, that it just took a lot right off the first pass. In other words, I think with the daily use, your shaves will be a lot different. In other words, using it on a daily basis, the amount of beard reduction, the next shave will be even, you know, I guess you might say smoother than the day before, and you'll get kind of used to what's left in the way of the beard regrowth. The shaves will be a lot different. That might have a lot to do with the reason why this blade feels smoother. I can definitely pick up the coffee and the mint. That's what I pick up. My nose isn't picking up the vanilla quite as much. That's my nose. My nose isn't the best in the way of picking up scents. It doesn't work all the time. There's more times that it seems like it doesn't work than what it does work. There are a few videos out there with the R52. Be worth checking out their opinion, what their experience was with it, their first impressions. To me, it's a lot of fun to shave with. It's lightweight. I will say you're going to feel like you're going to be, it feels like you want to put pressure on it. That's my impression. As I go through my passes, I feel like I can get away with putting more pressure than normal. So that might be a con, depending on how you want to look at it. Develop bad habits as it goes for pressure. As it goes for the price of Herc soaps, at least the price, not Canadian dollar, because when you go to the website, it's Stonefield website, it's got it in Canadian dollars and US dollars. And US dollars, it's right around the $13 mark, if I remember correctly. It's not real expensive, in other words, for 4 ounces. And I don't remember seeing this particular one on the website. Yes, I do. I really do enjoy shaving with this. This is pretty cool. Yeah, that might be the reason why this one feels a lot smoother, is that there's not, after the first shave, now this is the second shave, the beard regrowth is a lot different. It's probably the reason why this feather blade feels smoother. There's not quite as much to take off. That's something to think about when you're using these shavers. I have a feeling the slant is going to be the same way. But yeah, because probably since today's Friday and then Sunday, I'll be using the Mercer, and which is usually if it's like the open comb, it's a fairly mild shaver, which means my first shave with the slant will probably, matter of fact, I think I'll do the same setup. I'll use the Persona blade and then the feather blade and see if I don't get the same kind of results. In other words, the second shave will be a lot different than the first shave, just because of the amount of beard that is taken down. Face feels pretty darn smooth though. I smell the mint now off of the soap. I mean, in other words, it's the predominant scent that I'm picking up. I probably should have, I don't know, to be honest with you. I didn't look back when this was, I guess you might say, in stock or readily available, whether there was a matching aftershave or it was an aftershave balm. Don't remember looking for one, especially since, you know, I've got at least 2 aftershaves that I could use with it. And I guess you might say I was just looking to get some experience with Herc soaps, and never really pursued the aftershave or the balm. But I definitely pick up on the mint now. And it does have a very slight cooling effect. It's not anything over the top by any means, but it is present. Just enough to let you know that it's there. Pretty good shave. Kind of hoping that they get the same kind of shaves out of the slant. Have 2 focus shavers, and I don't know. I'm not how can you say, every once in a while I don't mind a mild, easygoing shave, which that's the reason why, you know, sometimes Sundays are set up that way. I don't mind those kind of shaves, but something a little bit more on the medium or upwards towards the aggressive side of things are the kind of shaves I guess you might say appreciate more throughout the week. So in other words, I've got plenty of mild shavers. And if you're looking for a unique mild shaver, matter of fact, I probably should do that on, I might do that tomorrow to fill in on Saturday and then Sunday. So that way on Monday, I'll start out with the slant. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Use the Focus R48. It's it's a single edge shaver that takes DE blades that are snapped in half. It's got a pivoting head, made aluminum, so on and so forth. You know, it's lightweight. And that shaver there, yeah, it gives you mild shaves. It really does. It's a mild shaver. For me, I enjoy using it. It's easy for me to use. Some other folks had some issues, with the pivoting head not quite working out like they thought it should or would, however you want to look at it. Pretty darn efficient shave. Face feels really good. Awesome. It's great when you buy a new shaver and it works out for you. It's disappointing when you don't quite catch on and you feel like maybe, darn, you wasted your money and now you got to figure out how to recoup some of your money. And um, this one here is working out pretty nice. Wow, that's awesome. I think I've almost forgot to show you what the restrictor looks like. Make sure I put a link down below. Don's got some new scents out. I think it's 2 weeks ago maybe? He came out with some new scents. Nice coffee smell. I mean, just like it was just being freshly brewed. Really, I like coffee scents. And let's see here. That's what it looks like. Man, that is awesome. Start your morning out with a coffee scent. If you like coffee, might want to check out that aftershave and the soap too. Oh, that smells good. All right, go ahead and take this apart before I forget. Once again, that's what the top plate looks like. It is, like I say, it is concave. It's a good thing the cap says so. If you ever, look at the link where they've got all three of them side by side, you can tell that the 51 is flat, it's straight across. This one's got just a little bit of a concave to it, and I notice on the slant that the slant, it is a slant, but it's ever so slight. It's hard to detect, in other words. Missed yesterday's video. That's what the bottom looks like on the plate. And get this apart here. That's what the other side of the base, the plate looks like. It does have the notches there. And to me, the notch makes it easier to handle, as well as with the blade. See if I can get this turned over here. That's what it looks like with the blade inside there. It's very well made. Tolerances are fairly tight. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room when it comes to blade. You just plop it in there and yeah, not a problem with the blade alignment every time. That's what it looks like on the underside there. Everything's everything is, in other words, the top and the underside are both done the same way. Really nice job. Had a great shave. So Saturday, if you're interested in seeing the Focus 48 single edge, get that one worked up on Saturday. Sunday will be a Mercury, and we'll start on Monday with the slant. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe. Smooth shaves to you.